Good day, everyone. My name is Steven. Together with my team, RoboJax, we're gonna explain further on the previous video that you saw. So, our project is called Object Counter with phone app display using ESP32 and Blynk app. So, Blynk app is used for prototyping IoT projects or devices. We can use Wi-Fi. So, wherever we are in the world, we can connect on our IoT projects or devices. So, since we don't have access to OLED display or LED displays. We use Blink app and our phone to display the ultrasonic sensors readings like object count and also distance. So we use ultrasonic sensor to detect motion and objects. So next.
Here we go to the components. The first is ESP32 for the execution of the code. The second is ultrasonic sensor for sensor, for detect a sensor like hand movement or object movement. The third is LED. It creates a lights if there is a record or a detection from the ultrasonic sensor. The fourth one is 9 volts battery. It will it will be used as a power or main source of electricity to execute the code from ESP32. The fifth one is buzzer. It was the same purpose as LED, but instead of lights, it will create a sound. And the next is resistor for resist uh to prevent on overcharge or undercharge the current of electricity that would use to execute the code. For the last is the phone display, or we should call the Blynk app, is to show the distance of the object or thing from the ultrasonic sensor.
So I'll be explaining the pin connection based on the diagram. HCSR04 ultrasonic sensor VCC power connected to the 3x3 pin of the ESP32 provides the 3.3 version. The trigger is connected to GPIO26 of the ESP32. The echo is connected to GPIO25 of the ESP32. The ground is connected to the GND pin of ESP32. Buzzer. The positive terminal of the buzzer is connected to GPIO 27 of the ESP32. The negative terminal is connected to the GND pin of ESP32. So the LED with resistor, the anode positive side of the LED is connected to GPIO 14 of the ESP32 through a resistor. The cathode negative side of the LED is connected to the GND pin of ESP32.
So sa setup is nagamit man niya siya og Wi-Fi sir sa ESP32 para ma-connect sa phone. Gigamitan din na naman siya og app prototyping. So within the app nami naay widgets. So ang widgets is value display, gauge, and then para na siya ma-display sa phone ang output sa project. Then each widget na ay data stream. Nagamit og virtual pins na mao ang gigamit para ma-connect ang project sa phone. Nahapon ni siya sa among code sir and i-explain sa next nga person. So, V0, V1, V2, muna siya ang virtual pins. Kanya, makita po diya kung asa na-connect no widget. So, next.
Good evening, everyone. So, to our object counter, this is the code or the definition and initialization of the object counter. So, there is a tauna, no? So, there is a first part being Blynk template information. So, let us break it down. So, Blynk setup, the temple ID, name, and authentication token for the Blynk platform are defined for communication. So, apel ko dana is ang Wi-Fi credentials like SSID and passwords. Specified siya to connect to the network. And then there is a pin definitions. No? So for the pins, ultrasonic sensor, so apoy buzzer, and apoy LED na nakaset up as shown on the PPT. So the next part, which is the object detection state variables. So there is a object state detection variables. So gahandle ni siya nga code. Muna siya ang code nga gahandle sa pag-detect sa objects using the ultrasonic sensor. So it keeps the track of the count and sending data to Blynk in every 100 milliseconds. So there is a Blynk timer, diri nga part sa Blynk timer. The Blynk timer is set up to send sensor data to the Blynk platform every 100 milliseconds. So sa setup function, diri. So initializes the communication, Blynk connection, and pin modes for the sensor, LED, and buzzer. So this structure allows for object detection, counting, and interaction with Blynk for real-time monitoring. That would be all for my part, and thank you.
So diri ta sa atong main loop function. So basically, diri gina-store ang atong calculations o atong logics. So mag-run pud ni siya in a loop. So first ani, uh, i-run ang Blynk. So mag-connect siya sa Blynk app sa atong phone. Tapos timer. So kani siya gi-declare ni siya previously. So gina-ensure lang ani na mag-send siya every 100 millisecond og data sa Blynk app. So kani diri nga part is gina-ensure lang niya if time na ba na mag-read na pud ang sensor kay naman ta interval na 100 millisecond. So if ang time current time minus previous time is greater than or equal to the interval, mag-run na siya ani nga code. So diri gina-trigger niya ang ang ultrasonic sensor. Next kay mag-measure sa ultrasonic sensor na pulse and then i-calculate ang distance in centimeters. So times lang siya. So 0.017 times duration of uh, ultrasonic sensor pulse. So next is dili nga part ko basically kung ang object is within the threshold which is 20 centimeters na define earlier. So mag-turn on ng LED, mag-beep ang buzzer and update ang count sa Blynk app. And then under ato, uh, kung ang distance or ang object is within the threshold, mag-count mag-increment siya sa count sa ato ang objects nga na na read. So kani siya i-update niya ang V0 nga pin, virtual pin sa atong Blynk nga gigamit. So every time na object within the threshold, mag-update or increment ang count sa object count. So dali mag-beep lang siya once. Um, Next else kung dili if the distance is greater sa atong threshold, off ang pin, off ang buzzer. And then lastly, ang kaninga function is mag-send siya og data sa atong Blynk. So virtual pin 1 sa atong Blynk app and then virtual pin 2 para sa atong buzzer state kung nag-on na ba siya. So or within the threshold pa ba ang atong object. So that's all guys. Uh, Thank you very much.